right, y'all. I done made it to YouTube. I'm so excited. It's late. I'm always in the mood to talk love on a late night. So let's get into it. If you've been following me, you already know this is where you get the raw, uncut truth. But we're going to go deeper here, okay? This is where love meets truth. This is all about understanding. Tonight, we're talking about accountability. Yes, I said it, accountability. Accountability saved my life. And I want to help bring you closer to the best version of yourself, because that is how you're going to attract the love that you deserve. And honestly, nobody wants someone who's not accountable, because accountability is just owning your actions and owning your results. And if you can't do that, you're basically wearing a repellent to real love, to real men, to real women. You'll never attract a good, solid, emotionally intelligent, emotionally available human being if you are not accountable on a day-to-day. Ladies, we want a good man in our life. Why wouldn't he hold us accountable when we're wrong? Think about what a good man is. That's someone who's gonna see you and he's gonna love you. And if he sees you lacking, he's gonna hold a mirror up to you. Like, baby, you could do better than this. That's his job. A man who does not care about you, he won't say nothing about anything that you're doing wrong. Why? Because he got something else going on, and it doesn't matter what you got going on. And as long as he can access you when he wants, he won't confront you about anything you do wrong, baby. Keep doing what you're doing wrong. I got somebody that's doing right. So this is why I say that if you are not an accountable woman, you are like a real man repellent, because he's not going to stay there. You don't want to grow. You don't want to face the truth. You don't want to admit when you're wrong. You can't apologize. That's not even a human I would want to be around. I don't want a friend like that. I don't want a daughter like that. I wouldn't want a sister like that, a mother like that. So why would a man want a wife like that? Someone who cannot own their actions, cannot own their results. There has to be consequences and repercussions when you do things wrong. So whether you admit that you are wrong or not, the repercussions will be losing a good person, fumbling a good man. Those are the repercussions of not being accountable. I'm telling you, if you think about it, no one likes a person who's not accountable. Not a friend, not a family member. No one likes it. Sometimes a person has to say to you, wow, I'm seeing this change in you, and I don't think you're seeing the change. So let's talk about it. Let's do better in this area. That shouldn't upset you. That should make you think to yourself, oh, damn, like, they really care about me. They're noticing that I'm lacking and they don't want to see this happen, so they're holding me accountable. You shouldn't go into fight or flight mode. This person loves you. They're trying to hold a mirror up to you, and that is love. That's someone who wants to see you go down a better path. That's someone who wants to see you evolving. That's someone who wants to see you win. The people who don't hold you accountable don't care if you win or not. They don't care if you go left or right, and they don't care if you go down a dark path. As long as they can access you when they need you and when you benefit them, they will never hold you accountable. The first man to hold me accountable was my father, and I was very uncomfortable with that accountability growing up. As a child, I would always, pout. I would cry. If I was corrected, I didn't like it, but it helped me grow. It helped me become a better person. You don't have to be perfect. Every time that I think about the times that I was held accountable in my relationship, I remember shutting down and feeling like this person was judging me, feeling like this person was saying I'm not a good person. And as much as I wanted to say that, like, oh, you're attacking my character, I had to really think about it. They're taking a chance. They're taking a chance by highlighting something that's wrong with me, right? That could cause me to run. That could cause me to flip. That could cause an argument. But they're taking the chance. That's love. It's an act of love when someone stops their day to tell you something about yourself. And 9 times out of 10, they're coming with resolution. They're problem solving for you because they know that you're better than that. They know that you could be better. They want to see you evolving. They love you. And if you think back to the people who have held you accountable in your life, it starts with your parents. They love you more than anyone. Clean this up. Don't leave that mess behind. My parents didn't want me to be a slob. So I was held accountable for those things, and now I'm a clean freak. I have OCD. I have to have things organized. Thank you, parents, for holding me accountable for leaving a mess behind, because now I'm super clean. When I think about my friends who have held me accountable, every time that they had to confront me about something, whether it was my attitude, my tone, it could have been a relationship I was in, something that they noticed and they didn't like something and they had to let me know, listen, I noticed something and I think you should know that you're not treating this person correctly. You know, you might lose this person. That's my friend that wants me to have love in my life, and that's my friend that's holding me accountable for me not showing up the way that I should show up for my person because she noticed something. That's love. That's a person that loves me. Let's dive a little deeper. I watched both sets of my grandparents on both sides stay married for over 30 years, but one couple was very toxic, unhealthy, and unhappy. The other couple was very loving, very nurturing, always smiling, always happy. The woman made all the difference. I will say that, hands down. And non-accountable woman will change the mood of a whole household. So, and an accountable woman will change the mood of a whole household. There's good and there's bad. So you either have the calm water of the ocean or you've got the storm. You've got the hard waves hitting the shore, okay? Non-accountable women cause friction in the home. Accountable women cause peace in the home. Seeing my non-accountable grandmother create distance between her and my grandfather showed me what it is to be non-accountable, what it is to be stubborn, and what will happen in your relationship if you do. You'll end up sleeping in separate rooms with this person. You'll end up just in a situation. It can be a marriage if by law, but at the end of the day, if you're not sleeping together anymore, not laughing together anymore, is that really a marriage? Are we really together? Are we really one? We're in two different rooms. We're not one anymore. My grandparents on the other side, on the other hand, I never saw them go a day not being loving. Not one day. My grandmother was always accountable. Anytime that I saw my grandfather confront my grandmother about something that she did or said wrong, she apologized. She never disrespected my grandfather. If he confronted her about something, she owned it, she listened, and she apologized. And I believe if she didn't own her actions, I don't believe their relationship would have lasted. I believe that my grandfather would have walked away had she not been a woman who listened, a woman who respected him. At the end of the day, it boils down to respect. The same way that when our parents hold us accountable and we respect that they did that, we have to do the same for our partner. This is a two-way street, but women struggle with it at a much higher rate than men. The sooner that you accept them holding you accountable as an act of love, the sooner you will receive it, the sooner you will grow, the sooner you will learn and understand your partner, the sooner that you will elevate in this relationship, actually grow a bond closer instead of being so damn hard-headed. I love y'all, and this is a safe space here, but this is a true space. This is where love meets truth, and we cannot love if we are not true. We cannot pour into a man if we're not being true to ourselves first. So it starts with accountability. Let's start owning our actions. Let's start owning where we're at. The more that you can see and say, I'm the narrator of my life, I am the person who decides this way, that way, I am the reason that I'm here right now. As soon as you're owning that, you can walk in your light. You can walk with intention. Every day that you're out there walking with no intention and you're freestyling every day, you're not being purposeful, you're getting further and further away from being accountable for your life, for your actions, for your results. When I was not accountable, I was not happy. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know that if you are accountable, you will start to think more clearly. You'll start to make wiser decisions. You'll start to be more responsible for your day to day because you wake up and you say to yourself, I'm the narrator. I get to choose how I show up.